Hello everyone and welcome back to another review. Today I am going to be reviewing the second volume in the My Love Mix-Up series. So I had to wait quite a bit of time to get this book because my library managed to purchase volumes 1 and 3 of this series in May, but did not manage, spring, May at the latest, and was not able to purchase volume 2 for some reason until August, as indicated by this new sticker. So there was a little bit of a holdup because I needed 2 to read 3, but here we are. So first of all, I kind of needed a refresher because it had been a long time since I read volume 1. So basically what happened is this boy here, whose name is Aoki, has a crush on this girl who sits next to him, whose name is Hashimoto. Hashimoto drops an eraser one day and he picks it up and it has the name Ida on it, which is the name of this boy. So Aoki is naturally crushed because he thinks, it says like Ida with a heart. And he's like, oh no, my crush likes someone else. He was really embarrassed and kind of sad. But then things get a little tricky when Ida turns around and sees that Aoki is holding the eraser that has his name and a heart on it. Well, basically what happens is Hashimoto approaches Aoki and is basically like, please don't say anything about the eraser. It's super embarrassing. I'm not ready to reveal my feelings. And you have to do anything you can. Of course, Aoki has a crush on Hashimoto, so he agrees to do anything for her. And Ida, though, is like, okay, well, I guess like you have feelings for me, and he doesn't want to be cruel, but he's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to explore this because I didn't really expect like a boy to have a crush on me. And Aoki's just in the middle of this. He's like, how did I get in this situation? How does this boy think I like him? I can't say anything because I'm protecting my crush. And here we are in this entire situation. So here we are in volume 2. Volume 2 is more or less them, this whole friend group trying to sort things out. Aoki knows that, so there's another thing that was discovered at the end of volume 1, and that is that Hashimoto actually doesn't have a crush on Ida. She has a crush on another boy in her class named Aida, A-I-D-A, but the A had been erased and like, let me see if I have a picture. So the A had been erased, so it looked like it just said Ida. But it was another boy in the class and also in their kind of little circle and group who she has a crush on. So basically now Aoki has started a problem with Ida, or a little tension with Ida that he didn't really need to. So here's where we are at this book. They are trying to figure out, they're trying to talk to one another. And the longer things go on though, Aoki starts to realize that maybe he might possibly actually have feelings for Ida. It's almost like he said he did when he didn't, or he said he did when he didn't because he wanted to protect his relationship with Hashimoto, but then after realizing and thinking about it, he starts to kind of fall more and more in love with Ida. So in this volume, there's a study session because there's some exams coming up that they all have to revise for, and Aoki is not really a good student and he's on the brink of failing, so they all go and study together. This book has a ton of romance and a ton of fun. So I don't want to give away too much of the plot because I want everyone to be able to read it and enjoy it themselves, but I'll start with some of my feelings, and that is, we'll start with, I don't really like romance. We'll start there. So I don't really like romance. Romance is like, for me, especially in like paperback books, like those aren't for me, just not my cup of tea. And usually I don't like romance in the story unless there's something else. So when I went out and got My Love Mix-Up Volume 1, I was really going out on a limb because I wasn't really sure I was going to like it. This series has a lot of humor. It's very funny. I was laughing out loud throughout the entirety of Volume 2, but it's primarily about romance, so I'm surprised that I like it so much, especially for someone who doesn't like paperback, like traditional fiction romance. I don't like any of that. And in case you just think I haven't read romance in a while, I did read 2 romance volumes back near February, and they were still not my cup of tea. So something about this series just really hooked me, and this I would probably give a very high 4-star rating, which is very, very surprising for me because I really don't like romance, especially, or let me rephrase that. I don't like romance when it is the sole focus. I like romance in addition to something else in a book because it can kind of get you interested or more involved with the characters, and it's kind of a subplot, and it's fun to have a little sexual tension in a book sometimes. But when it's the main focus and nothing else, I'm really usually not there for it, and I feel like I kind of know where it's going, so I'm not too invested in the characters. That is not true in this series at all. I'm invested in the characters, I'm invested in the story, my heart's skipping beats all the time as the characters interact with one another. I think it's super cute and super fun, and I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying this. It's really, really good. I would give this, again, a high 4-star rating. I really enjoy it, and I think it's really well done. I think if you already like romance, you're gonna love this series, but also if everything I'm saying doesn't appeal to you, if you're not really into romance in manga or in traditional fiction, I would say don't rule this out, because I also am not really a romance person. This is probably the first romance focused thing I've read that I have really, really enjoyed. And that just goes to show the quality of this and how good of a job I think the author does. So I want everyone to give this series a try because I love it so much. I think it's so well done. Very, very enjoyable, and I'm having a great time reading this, and I hope that you can give it a read and decide what you want as well. So if you've read this, let me know what you think. I also have read volume 3 at this point, but this is just about volume 2. Love it. It's super fun. I'm invested in the characters, I'm invested in the story, I'm invested in the plot, and it's super funny on top of it. So give it a read. Let me know what you think. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.